because you can just kind of see it's like a swoosh right there. And you know, it just, I don't know of an object that cuts so cleanly. What is going on today, guys? My name's Alex. Welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, we have a little issue here. Somebody or something seems to have slashed my tire, and it looks very knife-like. So that's what we're dealing with today. So last weekend, when I was towing the max towing capacity of this truck, pretty cool video, you guys should check it out. I noticed just before we took off that this tire had a pretty darn good gash in it. And I was like, well, that's weird. And there was another one up here. So we got one right here, there's another one here. And I said, well, that is not good. And as you guys can hopefully see, it's starting to actually kind of bow out here, there as well. And well, you know, had to roll the dice on that. We brought a breaker bar with us just in case that tire blew out. Now, if any of you guys have ever had Duratracs on your truck, you know they are a pretty expensive tire. So at first I was pretty upset, but the beauty of the Power Wagon is that it comes with, first of all, a full-size spare. Some pickup trucks don't even have that. And it comes with a spare Duratrac. So I just figured, well, we'll just flip the two tires and that'll be that. Well, not so fast. Unfortunately, there's a little more to just flipping tires like that. But before we dive into that, let's look at the actual tire damage here. So I got a tread gauge here, and we're gonna see how deep this gash is. We're at 5/32, or roughly 4 millimeters. So that's a pretty good gash there. Let's try up here. Yeah, same sort of idea, 4 millimeters. So yeah, it's pretty deep. It's probably right to the steel cords. It still holds air, and you know, I drove with the trailer on, I drove on the highway because, well, that's just what I did. So this will be a perfect spare tire because it'll still hold air and it'll probably get me where I need to go if I do blow a tire, but yeah, just unfortunate. Now, obviously, I don't know for sure if someone tried to slash my tires. You would hope not. The only thing I can think of is when I was pulling out that trailer kind of out of the mud there, maybe there was some metal or something in that mud that just kind of caught the tire. I hope that's what happened, but it just looks a little suspicious because you can just kind of see it's like a swoosh right there. And you know, it just, I don't know of an object that cuts so cleanly like that in such kind of a manner, but you never know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Did I actually get my tire slashed, or was there just a piece of junk in the mud there? I'm not really sure. One last thing before you make up your minds. There was an article in the local news talking about people slashing tires in and around my area. So, you know, just keep that in mind. So why can't I simply just put the spare tire onto that rim and move on with my life and put this tire onto my spare rim, and that'll be that? Well, like I said, it's a little more complicated because these tires have about 8,000 kilometers on them, which is probably like, I don't know, 5,500 miles, something like that. And so these tires have worn a little bit more than this tire. And if you guys know anything about differentials, there could be a problem. So in your standard differential, it allows each tire to spin separately through spider gears. It's 4 gears with a cross through it. And basically when you turn, those gears take up the slack, because when you turn, the outside tire always spins faster than the inside tire, and that's what the differential does. The problem is if one tire has a slightly bigger circumference than the other tire, those differential spider gears are always going to be rotating, creating premature wear to the differential. Those spider gears are not meant to be continuously rotating. So that is why you simply can't just put any tire onto one wheel of an axle. Ideally, you put 2 tires on an axle if you're gonna change one tire, if that makes sense. So am I gonna take the loss by simply putting this tire on here and buying an additional tire for the far wheel? No, I'm not. So I'll show you the tread depth measurements here. The new one has about just over 14 mils, and the old one, has about 13 mils of tread left. So the difference is 1 millimeter. Is that gonna make or break the differential? Probably not. The other interesting thing about this specific rear differential, it's an 11.5 inch AAM diff, and it is a torsion style limited slip, meaning that there's actually no spider gears. It's a worm gear differential, so it's a much stronger setup than your standard spider gear differential. If there is perhaps any slack that needs to be taken up, because this tire is slightly bigger, those worm gears should be up to the task, and it shouldn't really be much of a problem. So it turns out all the tire shops are all nice and booked up. Just that time of year, everyone's getting their snow tires off their vehicles. So I'm just gonna do an old little bush repair here. We're gonna throw the spare on, and when we get booked in, we'll flip the tires eventually. But for now, I'm gonna drive around with the old spare on. Doesn't even actually look that bad. It's nice, you can actually see the full floating axle there. Nice beefy unit. All right, we got the spare on. Just took it for a drive. She feels all good. Good to go. I really do hope no one slashed my tire, but you never know. Anyways, as always, if you like the video, don't forget that thumbs up. And if you like cool stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe. We got a lot of stuff planned. And anyways, enough of me. See you in the next freaking video.